Hey again from the garden, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So a lot of you guys have been asking me for an update on my fall planted ranunculus, so I wanted to go ahead and film a video for you guys. And as you can see, I'm doing this out in the garden. It's very cold, it's probably 20 degrees, but it's not windy, so it doesn't feel too bad out here. But anyway, way back on August 26th, I started pre-sprouting my ranunculus corms in hopes of getting some fall blooms. Now, if you are not familiar with that whole process, basically you soak the ranunculus corms for about 3 to 4 hours, plant them in your potting soil, put them in a cool spot until they start sprouting, which is usually for about a couple weeks. And then once they start getting the nice little white sprouts, you put them under your grow lights and grow them on there until you're ready to put them out in your garden. So I started all of that on August 26th. Then on October 3rd, I planted them outside in my garden in 2 different spots. The first spot was in an elevated bed, which I learned this spot did not work out as well for me. I think it just did not get enough sunlight, so I know for next year that that is not the best spot for these. The second spot that I planted these was actually in one of my bulb crates, and this worked really well because with a bulb crate I was able to move it around in the garden so that it could be out in full sun if I wanted it to, and that worked really well. So I think next year I will be planting all of my fall ranunculus in the bulb crates. Now, as far as the update goes, it is not a very positive one, unfortunately. Towards the end of October, we had a very unseasonably cold snap of weather. I'm talking cold like highs in the teens, which is completely abnormal for us, and it was just way too cold for those ranunculus. Since they were in the bulb crates, I did move them inside into my greenhouse, but it was just too cold. I ended up losing a couple of panels in a windstorm that we had, so my greenhouse was not fully insulated and it was just too cold for the ranunculus. They didn't do well. They started dying off, so I just stopped watering them and gave up. But I think if the weather would have held, I would have had some blooms possibly around Thanksgiving. And you know, I could have taken the bulb crate and moved it inside and put it under my grow lights or in front of a window, but that kind of defeated the purpose on the experiment in itself because I wanted to see if I could grow them outside and then in the greenhouse. So that wasn't something that I wanted to do. But even though this experiment was actually a failure, I did learn some valuable lessons to try it again next year. The first one I learned is that planting it in a bulb crate was the right choice for me because I can move it around into sunlight, I can move it into my greenhouse, which I think would be the perfect spot now that it's all sealed up. So that is one thing I learned. The other thing I learned is I think it actually would be beneficial to start them maybe even a couple weeks earlier. So instead of the very end August, I think I'll start them more mid-August. And in addition, if you've been watching my videos, you've heard me talk about the hoop house I'm putting up. That actually could be a good alternative for starting some fall crops as well. So yes, it was a failure this year, but I learned a lot for last year and I am excited to try it again. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this video. Here's the update on my ranunculus. Not really exciting, but I do have quite a few exciting videos coming up in the near future. I have a giveaway video coming up very soon, so you want to make sure to subscribe to my channel so you get that notification when it posts. I also have 2 grow-alongs in the works for this next year. I am so excited about those, so you want to make sure and watch for those too because you'll be able to get the same exact items that I will be growing and grow right along with me. So it should be a couple really fun projects. So anyway, stay tuned for all that. We will see you soon.